Hey, hope you're doing well, feeling well, breathing easy, hopefully. I know times are crazy, but anytime that things are different than usual, we have an opportunity to grow, I think. So today I want to talk a little bit about business opportunity right now. If you're an entrepreneur, you already know that one of your greatest strengths, I hope you know this, or either being an entrepreneur has been very tough for you, but one of your biggest strengths is the ability to be nimble. That's true in any business, but you see it close hand if you're running your own business. So any business to be successful for a long time is going to have the ability to change when the world changes around them. We've seen tons of companies do this, and we've seen tons of companies not do it, and they're not around anymore. But you think companies, for instance, maybe like Sony, that was making like VCRs and DVD players, where that was their big portfolio, was hardware at one time. Now a massive part of their business is production. They're making movies. So, things change with the time. Nobody's buying a VCR anymore, but people are going to the movies. So if you have a production studio, see what I mean? There's things that fall out of fashion, and if you don't change, your company dies. So right now we are in a huge change, massive change, where people can't go to work, kids can't go to school, and you can't, by law, you can't have physical interactions with people. This is a tough time for business because that's how we do. People that are business people, if you're in sales or whatever, you want to connect with people, and that's, for a lot of you, that's your strength. And so here's what's happening. All that's being put on hold. It's something like 85% of the economy is shut down. So that stuff is on hold. And you can do one of two things. You can sit on hold and, it's kind of like we're all in a race. And they just said, all right, hold up, time out. And then everybody stopped where they were on the track. And we're going to wait for a few months or whatever it is. And then when it's all good to go again, the official will say, all right, go. And everybody will start running. Or what could happen is we put all this on pause, and a lot of people go home and sit on the couch and day drink and watch TV. And you say, I'm going to pivot. I'm going to take my business online. Or I have the facilities to do something where I can shift a little bit, and now I can be productive. Maybe it's not exactly what I was doing before, but I can do something. So I'm doing that. The whole coronavirus thing has greatly impacted a large part of my business. In a matter of 3 days, I lost contracts to the tune of about $20,000. Just, a couple emails came in, that was it. All the schools that I was supposed to work with shut down indefinitely. So, hey, I could sit at the house and could feel bad for myself and, do the whole woe is me. Or I can figure out a way to pivot and create something where I'm still viable in this economy. And while everybody else is stopped, I'm excelling. And here's the deal. If you are one of those people that when everybody else stops, you keep growing, well, let's say 90% does nothing, whatever industry you're in. 90% of your competitors, or 90% of your entire industry, just does nothing. And 10% of you and the other group of your competitors that make up 10% of your industry, y'all figure out how to pivot and you grow. What happens to the customers of those 90% that are sitting at the house doing nothing? Well, if they want the service, they're coming to you. And at the end of the day, and at the end of this quarantine, at the end of this virus, which is going to end, people will look to you as the one that goes, wow, well, they really care about what they're doing, because they didn't take the easy way out when things got hard and say, we're out. We can't, sorry, can't help you. See you next year. If you figured out how to make your business work online or work at a distance, or, you think of some of these factories right now that were making, gosh, I wish I could think of the one that was just doing it, where I saw online, I think it was a shoe company where they were making shoes, and now they've pivoted to making masks. They had the materials and they had the facilities. And instead of saying, well, nobody's buying shoes right now, I guess we'll shut the doors, they turned and said, okay, well, we can make something else. We can pivot right now and we can keep the doors open. Sure, they're not running at 100% capacity, but they're doing something. They're being productive. They're helping people. And if nothing else, they're building a name for themselves. They're growing over the fact that, hey, we actually care about y'all out there and we're not looking for a reason to go home if we don't have to. So that can be you, and especially for entrepreneurs, or if you're in a position where you've been brick and mortar forever, or your business has always been face to face, and now you have the opportunity, now you've been forced to go to the house and you have a computer in front of you, maybe it's time to get that e-commerce store going. Get some stuff going online. Increase your social media presence. Do stuff, I don't know, it's crazy to say start a podcast, but if that fits into your model, then do it. You have to start thinking of things that are going to work differently, because like I said, this will end, but rest assured, the world after this will be very different. And I can't guarantee you that it will or won't affect whatever industry you're in, but it's going to change people, and it's going to change the world. It's going to change how we do business. It's going to change a lot of stuff. So be thinking how you can, don't put your business on pause for 2 months, 3 months, whatever. Figure out how you can be nimble and how you can be resourceful, and how when that 90% is paused, you're charging forward and you're getting ahead of the pack. Because when they fire the gun to start back up, you're going to be leaps and bounds ahead, and your competition isn't going to be able to catch you. So something to think about. Just don't take this lying down. This is the time to excel. So look, I'm a personal coach. This is what I do with people. I can help you create a plan. If you're at the infancy of this, or you're trying to figure out how you're going to go online, or you're trying to figure out your next steps to be successful, if I can help you, let me know. We'll set something up. Zoom is another example of a company they've excelled in this. And I'm moving my consultations onto Zoom as well, because I can't do in person. So at least not for now. I'll go back to that. But for now, everything's going to be online. So if I can help you with that, let me know. Get in contact. Send me a message. And we'll see what we can work out. But don't put on pause. The economy, your normal world might be on pause, but the whole world and everybody in it and the things they need, those things are not on pause. So you have the opportunity to really jump ahead of your competition, or the time to really create something while you have this downtime to do it. So something to think about. Stay safe. Stay in the house, unfortunately. Go out for a little bit if you can, though. Go get some sunshine. Hope y'all are doing well. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you back soon.